Hey all. So, honestly, in a way, I don't know why I'm starting the video off like this because you all pretty much know what my thoughts are on the series at this point, but if I was to just give my blanket across the board thoughts about the TBATE anime with this final episode, it's just what a wasted opportunity and just a bundle of wasted potential that this anime adaptation was. Like I know if you've heard what I've said throughout these 12 episodes, you basically all know my thoughts. Like it's a pale imitation compared to the light novel and the web comic. Like I know another again for those wondering if this is for those wondering, no, the anime is a bare bones representation of what the light novel and the webcomic offer. Like, if anyone wants to know just what this story is really like, if they're ever curious, just please read the source material. Whether it's again webcomic, light novel, doesn't matter. Both of those are just the better experience of this series. Like the series itself, it is an isekai. Like you've seen it. It is an isekai. But the thing is, it is a series that very much that does pretty much like Mushoku Tensei. It is a series that does play with its tropes and its concepts, the concept of an isekai, extremely well. So this is just, and the anime just kind of went the bare bones route of doing the bare minimum at best, and not even that. And it's like, for me, I'm like, what else can I really say? Like, it's this was just an abject failure. And the thing is, it didn't need to be an abject failure. It just didn't need to be. It could have been so much more, just with a better studio. And like, I like just so much potential wasted down the drain, but by pretty much choosing a cat of all people as the studio to adapt this. Again, you pretty much know my thoughts on this. I would have I covered this last episode, but I'll cover it here a bit here too for those who didn't watch it. I would have vastly preferred if they got like you footable in order to adapt this, but like you footable to adapt this. And the thing is, the more I thought about that video and me making it, like a lot of Tabate's adaptation in general, it reeks of of Crunchyroll. It reeks of Tapas. It reeks of the people who I think were trying to force this anime adaptation in a way. Like, so in a way, I think we were almost, so as much as I would have liked Ufotable, I think we were bound to get ACAT because these kind of decisions, this reeks of a decision made specifically by corporate in order to make the anime, specifically in order to, like, strictly, and I do mean strictly, like, advertise the advertise the light novel and advertise the webcomic in order to get sales of that going. But the thing is, if that's what you wanted, then you should have put actual effort in. But putting actual effort actually shows that there is something to this story. But the fact that you didn't put effort in is like, yeah. So, like, what's the point? If you're not going to put effort in, then what's the point of even trying to advertise the source material? Because by not putting effort in, you didn't properly advertise the source material. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's frustrating, but I'm sorry. I know, a 4-minute rant. I'm sorry, I just had to go on that because it's like, I guess I had to let out all my frustrations now that these first 12 episodes are finished. And for those wondering, yes, I know there's a season 2. I'm not gonna review it because otherwise I'm just repeating shit over and over again. More likely, I might do the thing where I'll watch it, and only like maybe review an episode if like an episode sticks out or something like that, which probably won't happen. But yeah, but okay, I guess anything else to, I guess just getting into the bare bones of this episode though. It basically has Arthur take the adventurer's exam, and he meets two very specific people: Lucas Wykes, a half-elf, and Elijah Knight, a human raised by dwarves. And their introductions are for two basic purposes. The obvious is mentioned after the exams, where you see where you basically see the head of the Adventurers Guild, Caspian, basically say a lot of this exam was basically political. It was basically for the purposes of just for the purposes of promoting the cooperation that Xyrus Academy is hoping to achieve with but by promoting like a whole campaign of coexistence with other races. And so yeah, but now in talking about these characters themselves, Lucas and Elijah. Elijah at this point is a lot of with the introduction of Lucas and Elijah, it is basically setting up for basically the Xyrus Academy arc in season 2. Like that they are going to be students at that academy, and Elijah, he kind of, it's a little complicated to talk about without getting into spoilers, but Elijah is basically very much going to be the best friend. Like he's going to be the Robin to Arthur's Batman kind of thing. Like I'm not going to say he's fully the sidekick, but he is also the sidekick. He is the best friend kind of thing. Now, as far as Lucas goes, yeah. But basically, what you're seeing there is what you're getting. Like the man, like Lucas himself, it's an interesting, like Lucas is one of those characters where he starts off as a little prick, like in this episode, but then he evolves into a full-on psychopath. Like it's with Lucas, it's kind of like Lucas, again, what you see is what you get. There's not going to be a whole lot of full-on development of what you're gonna see, other than him transforming into a full-blown fucking like psychopath and villain. But it's weird, sort of that weird journey. But even though it's what you see is what you get with him, it is that weird journey of like seeing his descent into madness that's almost kind of intriguing about it. Granted, I don't expect the anime to fully capture that, but just saying. Now, aside from that, another interesting, I guess, thing about this episode is Jasmine's name of Flamesworth is dropped in this episode. As we see, it's basically a well-known name within the kingdom, and we come to find out later that yeah, she does come from a family of royal blood, and Jasmine was basically a black sheep of the family, but by virtue of the fact that even though she was gifted from a young age with magic, the Flamesworth family is true to their name, is basically kind of element racist. Element racists. Like anyone who doesn't have a flame element, you're immediately useless to them. Like absolute bitches. Like, and that was like absolute bitches. Like I said that when I read the backstory in the webcomic, and I'm saying it here. Flamesworths are absolute bitches. There might be a few among them that are decent. That there's actually only one among them aside from her that's a decent that's decent. But we're not touching that one until much later. Now, and I will admit, learning about Jasmine's backstory, even though I have even though I have lost all faith in this anime adaptation based on just in this first season, I am still interested to see if this anime makes it past season 2. I'm curious how they'll handle Jasmine's backstory in the anime, because Jasmine's backstory is in the webcomic is a side story that was kind of placed awkwardly in the webcomic. Like it's kind of a it's a story that was written completely separately from the main story, but it's also one that was but the way it was integrated into the webcomic was placed in a bit of an awkward position. So I don't know if I'm interested to see if they place it somewhere differently in the anime or whatnot. Again, assuming it gets past season 2. And now, I guess one other thing to say is the exam taught Arthur he's become too reliant on magic and he's been lacking in martial skill. And I do like how that we do see how he uses even though he still uses magic in this episode, but by the end of the episode, I do like how he does kind of use his magic as a way to augment his swordplay. Like it's kind of, he learns to kind of combine both his martial skill and his magical prowess into one to kind of make him an augmenter in a way. Now, and one addition I do like in this portion is I do like the visual of seeing him commune with his older self. That was pretty cool. That's kind of the one thing I will admit they've kind of gotten right. They've kind of done well, I guess, is how they combined the elements of Arthur's past life with his new life. But yeah, outside of that, I really got nothing else, guys. Like, this was just a failure. Like, I don't have anything else to say. Like, if anyone who's watching this, like, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, play on Blue Sky, analyze Crunchyroll, be sure to forget to hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight of Anime, signing off. The beginning after the end deserve better.